Hi friends, welcome to the first virtual program of the summer. My name is Ms. Emily. I work at the Mooresville Public Library in Mooresville, Indiana, and welcome to Imagine Your Story. So that is our theme for summer reading this year. You can see here there are lots of fairy tales and folk tales that we will explore this year, but our first week, instead of putting the emphasis on the imagination part of Imagine Your Story, we're putting the emphasis on you. So imagine your story, and that means we're talking about family history, thinking about your ancestors, thinking about the stories of your family. So families come in lots of different varieties. Some people live with their parents and their brothers and sisters. Some people live with their grandparents. Some people have been adopted or in foster care. But I think the important thing is to talk with the people around you, the people you love, the people that love you, and find out more about their experiences. So that's what I think we should concentrate on. And so I'm going to share a book with you. This book is called Islandborn. It's by Junot Diaz and illustrated by Leo Espinoza. And this is about a girl named Lola, and every kid in Lola's school was from somewhere else. Hers was a school of faraway places. So when Lola's teacher asked the students to draw a picture of where their families emigrated from, all the kids are excited, except for Lola. She can't remember the island. She left when she was just a baby. But with the help of her family and friends and their memories, joyous, fantastical, heartbreaking, and sometimes even frightening, Lola's imagination takes her on an extraordinary journey back to the island. As she draws closer to the heart of her family's story, Lola comes to understand the truth of her abuela's words. Just because you don't remember a place doesn't mean it's not in you. This is a beautiful book. There's so much to look at in all of the different pictures. So it's one to take some time with and to really, really examine. It's beautiful. It is got a really great message. Highly recommend Islandborn. So maybe you and your family didn't come from an island, but your family came from somewhere. Ask your family, ask your grandparents, ask your parents, ask the people that are from your family what's going on and what their childhood was like. Even if they have been in the United States and America for a long time, they certainly have seen things that are different from the times that we're living in. So you'll learn some things about what life was like back when they were a child or back when they were young men and women. So your assignment, if you wish to do it this week, is to ask some of those questions. Now, if you go to the library and you, during our curbside hours, and you call us and you say, I would like a summer reading packet, you can pick up a packet of information and activity sheets that you can take home. And there's lots of things in here. So first there's a sheet about summer reading and how it works and how you can participate. All the information. This is a good one for your grown-up. You can hold on to that. There is also a sheet called the Great Questions List. And this is from a organization called StoryCorps, where they collect people's stories. And this is their informational sheet of great questions that you can ask people in your life to learn more about them. So things like, tell me about some traditions that have been passed down through our family. When and how did they get started? Or tell me about when you found out you were going to be a mother or a father. What jobs did you have when you were a teenager? What did you do with the money you earned? So there's 2 pages of great questions. So what you can think about is reading through some of these questions and picking out maybe 5 questions that you want to ask some of the grown-ups in your life. So you can decide which ones ahead of time, have them marked, and you can either record. A recording would be a really great thing to do if you want to listen back to it in the future, or you can write a story about the answers that you got from your grown-up, or you can draw a picture like Lola did, or draw several pictures. So there's lots of different ways that you can do the interview and you can remember the interview. So that is a really cool idea there. There's also something called my 2020 COVID-19 time capsule. So we know that this has been kind of a strange time with all of us being quarantined and safe at home. So this is a really cool little booklet that you can fill out, and maybe this is something that you will share with your kids or your nieces and nephews when you get older. So this is an interesting time in our history, in everybody's history, and you can answer questions about, take a moment to think about some photos from this time, artwork that you've created. You can talk about what things are you doing to help feel connected or have fun. You can talk about your parents and ask them what are some of the top 3 moments from your experience. So lots of good questions and places to do some artwork, and then hold on to this. And maybe someday, years in the future, this will be a really cool thing for somebody in your family to discover more about what it was like when you lived through this time. So that is one more thing that you can do. And then we also threw in some information about a kind of a science topic. So we talk about family trees. So we have some information about trees and tree rings, actual trees. If you get a packet, you'll get a little slice of an actual tree that shows the tree rings, and you can figure out more about those with this sheet. There's some different activities that you can do and learn more about tree rings and how trees grow. So those are some of the things that you can expect if you get that packet. If you would like to print that out for yourself at home, it is available on our website. So I hope you had some fun today learning more about family history and the stories that are part of ourselves. Even if we don't know much about what our parents, how they grew up, you can always ask and you can find out some really cool things. So have a good week. Be sure to check out our digital escape room on our website if you'd like to. Our book talk video will also be available. So if you're looking for some more books that you'd like to read, there's lots of great suggestions there. And I hope I see you guys next week. Take care.